Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 4 of the Dumb Dumb Crypto Show. This is Adam here with Armin. Armin, say hello to everybody.
Hey, what's up?
It's a weird angle. Good job. Today we are brought to you by wine. As always, we are commercial-free. We're gluten-free. We're GMO-free. And we're brought to you by grapes. Grapes love you. So
I agree. I concur.
We decided to put together a show tonight, partly because it's just been a couple of days, tough getting everything together, and we wanted to put together a show partly to continue our how-to series for some of the people that have reached out to us, have signed up on Coinbase, have used our link, have mashed that like button, have mashed that subscribe button. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you to those people that have come back. The people seeing us for the first time, you can like and subscribe on our YouTube page, Dumb Dumb Crypto Show. You can search for it. We're the only ones with that name, which is really surprising.
Of course.
And anyways, it helps us out a lot. You can sign up for Coinbase, KuCoin, and I think Binance or Bittrex. I can't remember. Armin will go over that here in a second. But it really helps us out. So we've gone through how to fund your Coinbase, how to open up a Binance account, how to open up a Bittrex account, how to open up that Coinbase account to kind of get everything started. So we just kind of want to continue our how-to series. And obviously, if you're reading anything about crypto, if you're on social media, whether it be the Facebook, the Twitter, if you have a MySpace, there might be something on there from Tom if he's still your friend in your top 8. There's a lot
That's
of
an old reference there. You dated yourself a little bit there, you know?
I'll make the same joke I did last week where my beard dated itself. But in the grand scheme of things, there's a lot going on right now. There's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of true information. There's a lot of speculation. And there's a lot of FUD. So one thing I wanted to talk about real quick, and I actually kind of want to
What is FUD, Adam?
There you go. I kind of want to do a whole show on this. Our very first episode, Armin and I both talked about getting into crypto and how it's a little bit scary and a little bit confusing. And so there's certain people that we follow that help us to navigate the waters, besides learning on our own and going to our own sites, people that we follow and maybe we'll look for on Twitter or Facebook, groups that we follow. And one of the things that I've noticed, especially the more and more I listen to it, is there's a lot of crypto terminology. So there's a lot of words that you hear, and you just have no freaking idea what they mean. And it's a little bit off-putting, to be perfectly honest. You know, it's like if you're in the middle of a conversation with a group of people, and they all work together, and you don't do what they do, and they're throwing around whatever their work terms are, and you're just kind of sitting there awkwardly smiling, like, yeah, I understand, and you really don't.
It's
like what?
The crypto click.
The crypto click. It's exactly like the crypto click. So we want to get you guys in the circle. Armin's the ironic part is Armin's very good if you actually stand in a circle at keeping you out of the physical circle, but he does want to bring you in to the actual crypto circle that we have. So one of the terms that you hear a lot, and I just want to get this one out of the way, I had no idea what it meant until today when it was actually, the guy just happened to explain it. I was watching a video. So it's FUD. You see the word thrown around by Bitcoin minimalists. You see the word thrown around by altcoin people or just totally pro altcoin. They have 100% of their portfolio in altcoin. That's all they believe in. Bitcoin minimalists are people that have 95% of their portfolio in Bitcoin. And just like regular stocks may have some stocks, may have some bonds, some short-term, some long-term, crypto is really no different. You should never, probably, not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not very good at math in general, right?
2 plus 2.
Much, go ahead.
Nothing. 2 plus 2 equals potato.
2 plus 2 equals potato. So it's pretty much common sense that you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, regardless of how good the basket is. If it's the goose that laid the golden egg, sure, put 99 golden eggs in the basket and maybe just keep one regular egg in case you get hungry, right? Pretty common sense. So when you're following people on social media, you'll hear the word FUD a lot. You'll hear it from everybody across all channels of crypto. And for whatever reason, I think that, you know, we've tended to shorten the things that we say. And that's just kind of, I think, a generational thing. You don't want to send a huge long text message that's 130 characters or whatever. You want to say 4 or 5 words, get your point across. So the word is FUD, and FUD stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So typically what you see is this person is spreading FUD, or you know, this group is just trying to spread FUD. And the point that they're trying to make is that whatever they're talking about, Bitcoin, altcoins, crypto, stocks in general, any of these, like an Overstock, who has gone with blockchain technology, and that's kind of what their platform's going.
Great stock to buy, by the way. Highly recommend it.
Yeah, Armin loves Overstock, and Carter Thomas loves Overstock too. He got into it. I don't own any Overstock, so there's no skin in the game for me to say it. I don't, you know, full transparency and disclosure. I just don't own any Overstock. But
stupid.
What you'll hear is people. The point of spreading FUD is to try to manipulate something, right? Whether it's CNBC talking about the crash of Bitcoin, right? They're trying to spread FUD because they want you to listen to CNBC. The Bitcoin maximalist or Bitcoin minimalist, people that are the only thing to them is Bitcoin and nothing else matters. They say anything anti-Bitcoin is FUD, even though people are making 10, 20, 30, 1,000 times gains on altcoin. It's not what they believe. So when you hear people say FUD, I just want to make sure everybody understands what it means, and that take it with a grain of salt. And everything that you listen to when it comes to crypto, take it with a grain of salt, right? If you miss I don't want to call it an investment, even though it is. If you miss, I'll call it an opportunity, right? If you miss an opportunity on a gain, right? I could have got into this altcoin, you know, I could have got into Winecoin yesterday, and today I would have had 1,000 times my investment. I put 100, I would have had $10,000. So what, right? It wasn't the right time or opportunity for you. Take your time to digest the information that you're listening to, and there will be gains, short-term and definitely long-term, because the technology isn't going away. You may miss a gain of 1,000 times for a day, but you'll make the 1,000 times in 4 to 5 years. And I would highly recommend going to Coin Mastery and listening to Carter Thomas. It's a lot of what he talked about today. I just kind of wanted to spread that out there and make sure everybody understands exactly what FUD is, what it means when people are saying it, because I know I felt left out for a while. And just to kind of take everything you listen to with a grain of salt. Don't believe all of it. Do your research like we always talk about, and we'll do a research show here in a little bit. And just, you know, enjoy the ride because it is a lot of fun. That being said, the past few days haven't been a lot of fun, and I want to talk a little bit more about that.
Oh, listen, I actually, man, you know, I have a lot to say about it, right? So I'll be honest with you, today was a crazy day in crypto, right? So you look at it, and I can't tell you how many phone calls that I don't think I'm on the main thing there, Adam. I think you got to switch the you have that up.
Are you up there? You should be up there now.
It shows GDAX, but that's all right. I like GDAX. So GDAX is awesome. So listen, there's been today, to be honest with you, man, was a fun day for me, right? Which is crazy because listen, if you guys don't, if you're not buying and selling like in the crypto, like, and you don't use like Blockfolio, which Blockfolio is probably, like I don't own any whatever stock. I don't think there is a stock, but like Blockfolio, I tell all my friends to not buy it, to download it. It's a great app. You can put all your, your Bitcoin, your altcoins, everything else in it. And like, it's something I'm obsessed with. Like I wake up in the middle of the night and I can see, like, I'll wake up and check out my Blockfolio to see, all my, altcoins and everything to see what it is. And, my wife, like, she looks at me, she's like, what are you doing looking at your phone? And she doesn't realize, like, I'm just looking at my Blockfolio app. Like, it drives her nuts. But, listen, I woke up today and, my Blockfolio app showed that I had 25% less money, whether you measure money in Bitcoin or you measure it in US dollars, whatever it is, but 25%. And I'll tell you what, you wouldn't even be able to tell if you talked. Because exactly what Adam said, there was a ton of FUD out there today, a lot of news, and we'll talk a little bit about it. But at the end of the day, I can tell you, I've talked probably 5 of my friends off the ledge where they're like, oh man, what's going on? Bitcoin went under 11,000 today. My altcoin that I just bought the other day dropped 25, 30, 40, 50%. And to be honest with you, I'm sitting here like, yeah, whatever, no big deal, right? And really, it isn't a big deal because, for you to be in this market, for you to be in the whole cryptocurrency thing, like, one, you have to believe it. You have to understand it's the future. And I really do believe that. I am the biggest skeptic. I care about my money. I care about every penny. Like anybody that knows me, I drive a Prius, right? The reason I drive a Prius is not because I think it looks cool. Obviously, nobody that drives a Prius thinks it looks cool, right? But it gets 50 miles a gallon. I save a ton of money. I got a great deal on it. Like, I don't want to lose a penny. And today, even though, I looked at my Blockfolio app and I woke up this morning and I looked throughout the day and man, it showed me losing, 20, 25% of my money. I could care less. And I mean that, like, as crazy as that sounds, like, like I'm full bore in the crypto. Like I'm invested in, I have 30 different coins that I'm in. I'm a total big Bitcoin person. But at the end of the day, like, listen, I know that this is the future. And every single person that I talked to today that was like, oh man, stuff's going down, Bitcoin's down, 10,000, should I buy? Exact opposite. You know what? I tell everybody the same thing. Don't do anything, hold your money. And even the actually opposite, like, so the opposite. So most of the people who are listening to this, a lot of it are our friends, our family. Like right now, if you haven't bought, or if you have bought and you're thinking about buying more, right now, it's the time to buy some more Bitcoin. If you have Bitcoin and you're kind of thinking about some different altcoins, really right now, like it's the Black Friday sale. Today is the Black Friday sale of cryptocurrency. So like whatever you want to buy right now, whatever you're thinking about buying or whatever you've heard about, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Litecoin, I love Substratum, everybody that knows me, Strong Hands, we won't get into Strong Hands too much, but Strong Hands, like this is the time to buy that stuff because really you're getting this humongous discount, right? And Bitcoin being under $11,000 right now, like, yeah, listen, it might go under a little bit, I believe that there's a chance it could go down to, $8,000, $8,500. But either way, like if you buy it right now for $11,000, like I know people that bought it at $19,000. And listen, I still think they're fine because I truly believe that it's going to go to 25, 35. All my friends think I'm crazy, but like next year this time, again, not financial advice, I'm not a professional, obviously, but it won't surprise me if we're sitting here this time next year and it's at $100,000. Not even remotely surprise me a little bit. So, definitely the whole FUD thing, which is awesome because really what FUD means to me is that the people that are smart, they don't sell, right? They don't sell at all because you never sell things when they're low. You only sell when they're high. This is the time to buy. So like you've probably heard that 1,000 times, like, buy low, sell high. Well, Guess what, guys? The reason why it's $11,000 is because people are selling right now. And you do not sell anything. I don't care if it's your crypto, whatever you have. If you have solid ones, you know, Litecoin, Ethereum, you know, I'm big on ADA. I'm big on 100 coins, right? Time that I'm so excited because there's so many different coins that I've wanted to buy that I've waited for them to get to a certain point where now they are. All right. So it's a buying market right now, which is awesome. Now's the time to get in. FUD thing, don't even worry about it. I think you cut me off, Adam. I just see you right now. Tell me I'm talking to you.
Yeah, but you're gonna see me. I'm the presenter, so everybody should be seeing you right now because I'm clicked on you. Now I'm clicked on me.
The GDAX chart went off is what happened. So
I got you.
I see happy looking beard now.
Thanks. So I have a question for you, right? So, right, buy low, sell high. Easy, right? It's probably the easiest thing to say. Freaking stupid, right? I want to buy at the lowest point. I want to sell at the highest point. I make a ton of money. So why is that so difficult? And I think that's.
Listen, I'm going to tell you a couple of things, and I gave you guys, and this is, you know, like I said, mainly friends, family at this point. Like it really is. Like this isn't like me and Adam trying to like whatever, like, you know, like we hope this channel will be 100,000 viewers one day, but we know at the end of the day, like this is our friends and family. And, you know, Adam can attest to this. And I told you guys, and I told my friends in this, right? Everything about this market is buying when it's low and then selling when it's high, right? So like right now in the last month, we had the awesomest run up, right? If you were in on it, or if you weren't and you just heard about it, like, you know, stuff went up great. All the altcoins went up. And I heard the same thing, like, all right, man, this stuff's going up. You know, I bought it in at this point. You know, what should I do? And I give everybody the same advice, and I really mean it. And it's done really well for me. I always do it. And it's a learning lesson for me. And I learned it the hard way back on the last altcoin ran up, right? So like, you know, whatever happens, right? And things are going to go up, guys. Like today is a great day to buy. I'm telling you. Tomorrow is a great day to buy. The next day, like everything being in a down, when it's negative, when everything's in red, that's the time to buy. And like, I always make sure that when things go up, right? And this is a great market because things are going up all the time. They're going down, they're going up. It's a healthy market. Right now, everything that happened, Bitcoin going down to under $11,000, as much as, you know, people called the suicide helpline today, like it's actually a great thing. Like it's a healthy thing for the market, you know, because it just means that everything's going to go back up. But always remember, you know, to take your money. I can't tell you how many people I talked to in the last 2 weeks, right? And like some of the people that, you know, work with me, like they're watching the show and they told me, man, Armin, man, I made $5,000 today. Right. I made $5,000. I only spent, you know, $300 and I made $5,000. I was like, oh man, that's awesome. Like, you know, so you made $5,000. You sold it all and went back into Bitcoin or, you know, whatever. And they're like, no, I didn't sell anything yet. Well, guess what? You didn't make anything yet. Right. So if you didn't sell and actually take some profit, you didn't make anything. And I can't tell you how many people bought different cryptocurrency, whether it's Litecoin, Ethereum, you know, even Bitcoin, whatever it is, like it doesn't really matter, or all the altcoins, right? And lit it right up, made money, but didn't actually sell it. And now they lost most of their money, right? Adam's one of them, definitely. And I can tell you guys, a couple coins, I'm definitely that way, but for the most part, I made profit on every single trade that I made, right? Because I learned the hard way. And that's the thing. My general rule of thumb, and like I said, not financial advice, it's not, but it really is, like I really believe that you should do this, right? Is that whatever you buy, and it's a crazy thing because we're in cryptocurrency. If you were in the stock market and like something goes up double, you're like a genius. But really, like things going up double in this market when things are on a rise, which they are all the time, is a normal thing. Like when things go up double, you take a profit. Whether it's your initial investment, whether it's you sell half of what you have, whatever it is. But I can't tell you how many people that I know personally, this guy right here, the big furry furry guy with the Eagles thing that's looking at that, and the main guy on the screen, like, you didn't make any money unless you took a profit. So you have to have that plan in place. And that's a big thing. Adam loves the Carter Thomas guy, who I really love too. He's really awesome. But like, he talks about it all the time, like taking that profit, like your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, whatever you're buying is not going to just keep going up forever and ever and ever, and you're just becoming a millionaire. Like, it's just not going to happen. Like, markets, if you look at any stock chart you ever saw, like, you know, it looks like a squiggly line up and down. Markets go, like, they go up, they go down, you know, and if you want to be successful is, you know, you buy it low, which is right now. I mean, maybe not even right now, maybe tomorrow, 3 days, like, you buy things when they're low, and when they're high, you take a profit, right? You take some kind of profit. And a lot of things that we're talking about right now, you know, is take a profit in Bitcoin, which is a whole nother probably thing that me and Adam can talk about. Is, I think we've even speculated or, you know, talk kind of like how it matters, but taking that profit in Bitcoin and comparing things in Satoshis. But that's a huge thing, because a lot of people saw the last month where they felt like they made a ton of money, right? And it did. It looks like you made a ton of money, but if you didn't sell some of that or take some profit, you didn't make a ton of money. And I have at least 3 friends that I know that I recommended when Ripple went up, when Stellar went up, when ADA went up, when all these different coins went up, when I was like, listen, man, take some of that money back, you know, take some of that profit. And, you know, some of them did, which is great, and some of them didn't. And that's the biggest lesson that's hard to learn, is that take some of that money. Like, if you truly believe in something, then absolutely keep it. I can tell you, I believe in ADA, right? Which is Cardano. Like, I do. I just think it's a great technology. It's like they're going to be, it's like an Ethereum type of technology where, you know, they're going to be building applications on top of it. I believe in, you know, Stellar Lumens. I just think it's a great payment processing thing. So, but I still took my profit in that. I took back at the very least, I took back my initial investment of whatever I put into that, and then I hold the rest. But I took that profit no matter what. With ADA, I took half my profit. I took half of it back, and I took that money, and I made that money, and then I'm going to hold the rest, and I'm going to see where it goes. But taking profit in this market is one of the things that it's so hard to understand, because, like, you buy something and you love it, and you think it's great, and you think it's the next big thing or whatever it is, and whether it may or may not be, it doesn't matter, but you still got to take some money, you know, no matter what it is. Like, I'm still going to be fine if ADA blows up and it goes nuts. I'm still going to be good because I kept half of it. But guess what? If it doesn't, I still took my profit, so it's not a big deal. So I minimize my loss.
That's a good point. So, you know, it does go back to the psychology of things. Like, I could have made X dollars if I would have left it. Take initially what you invested back, right? And that's a lesson I've learned the hard way. You know, all my coins that I have, and I own Stellar Lumens, and I own ADA, and there's a couple of other ones. Dragon Chain is one that I own that I really like.
Don't forget about KuCoin.
You know, KuCoin. So part of the issue is I became emotionally attached, right? Especially on Dragon Chain, because I was the only one that bought it. Nobody else that we talked to bought it, and I really
did want to buy it though, but I didn't.
All right, and that's fine, you know, and that's an okay choice to make, you know. But at the end of the day, I had something, and I said, you know, I just want to let it, you know, I want it, I like it, I believe in it, and it got up to 2.5 times what I paid for it. And rather than taking out my initial investment, letting the rest ride, whatever happens, doesn't matter. You know, I want to say I got greedy. I basically got lazy.
It is greedy. Listen, it's 100% greed. And that's really what it is. You're like, man, if I keep my money in here, I can make another 10 times. And listen, that is the best way, Adam. Like, you said the word, like, not taking back, not taking profit is nothing more than greed. It's psychological, man. It is. Listen, we all have it. And, like, listen, it killed me to sell some of my Ripple, you know, which, whatever you think about Ripple, like, a lot of people love it, a lot of people don't. Like, it killed me. Like, I'm like, man, I don't want to have less Ripple than I have. But I was like, man, listen, it went an all-time high, and I sold a little bit at the absolute high. And guess what? Right now, it's 75% less than when I sold it. So like I killed it with I made as much when I sold it as it's worth right now, right? And listen, I believe it's going to go back up to where it was. It's not even the point, but you got to take that profit and make money where you can. And that's how this market goes. Like, you know, if you just want to buy something and sit there for a year and never look at it, right? Then fine. Listen, I guarantee you'll make money. I mean, not guarantee. There's no guarantees in life. But listen, I know that if you just take, you know, $100, $1,000, $10,000, and you just buy like one of the top 10 cryptocurrency, if you go on CoinMarketCap right now.com and you just buy like, you know, you put that whatever, $100, $10,000 in the CoinMarketCap, those top coins, like I guarantee if you never look at it and you come back, you're going to make money. It's like, if you really do, like, if you want to like buy, trade and sell stuff, like you got to take advantage and get that profit. And too many people ride the hype and don't take the money, which I know that that's not what this show is supposed to be about, but it is something that's so relevant right now because of how much the markets went down today, that there's so many people that are kicking themselves because they didn't follow that simple thing of either, you know, selling a portion when it doubled or, you know, taking back their initial investment and profit. Like, it is one of the most important things. As much as it's hard, because I love my coins, I believe in so many of them long term, like think they're going to kill it, think they're going to crush it, you know, whatever. But you didn't lose anything by taking that money. If anything, you're just gaining, because really you could always, if you loved it that much, then right now, like let's say I, you know, took my initial Litecoin investment back, right? And Litecoin actually didn't go down too much, but it went down a decent amount. Like even if I took that initial Litecoin investment out, right, kept the rest of it, and then now everything went down, huge dip, huge drop, and bought back in, I'm making that much more money when it goes back up. So, you know, definitely the biggest thing. And it's the hardest thing for people to learn. It's the hardest thing to come to grips with. And it doesn't matter how much you bought your crypto for. If you bought it for 100, if you bought it for 1,000, if you bought it for 10,000, it really doesn't matter. But, you know, taking your profits and that initial investment, you know, when things do go up, because the fact is just a lot of stuff's going up, and, you know, learning to take that money and roll with it, whether you keep it in Bitcoin, which, listen, that's a whole other thing. Like, I believe, you know, Bitcoin at the end of the day, I believe Bitcoin is the thing to own. Like everything that all these altcoins do, you know, I believe that Bitcoin can do and will do. You know, so I'm not a Bitcoin minimalist as far as, or maximalist or whatever the hell that's called, you know, where I'm not that guy that just thinks you should buy and hold Bitcoin, because I know at the end of the day, you can buy all coins and trade them and make a boatload of money, you know. But at the end of the day, I do trade to own more Bitcoin. And that's important because, like, at the end of the day, I do think that, you know, whoever owns the most Bitcoin is going to win. So, like, wherever my, you know, ADA, whatever my Stellar Lumens, Ripple, whatever you believe in, like, not saying that those coins won't make it. They very well make it. But I know that I do value totally at the end of the day how much Bitcoin I have. And that's what matters to me. Is if I own more Bitcoin at the end of the day, then that was a successful day to me than if I own less.
Good. Good points, Armin. You know, I think if you want to take one thing out of everything that we've said, we're going to do a real quick how-to. The basic portion of us doing our thing is over. We do want to do a how-to for everybody that's new of how to fund a Binance account. We're going to show you guys how to do that. But I think the key phrase, if I had to pick a phrase, is failing to plan is planning to fail. All right, failing to plan is planning to fail. Failing to plan is planning to fail. So basically, if you don't set a stop loss,
you lost me on hello there.
Yeah, if you don't set a stop loss, and I do want to go through, and because part of the reason I didn't sell is because it's kind of a pain in the ass to log back in, go through the whole thing. When do I sell it? I could have just set it and forget it. And I think that's really the best way to do it. And I think next episode we're going to go through that and really show you guys, once I buy, I'm just going to set a sell point immediately. and it kind of takes the guesswork out of it. You're going to set your 2XL or your 3XL or wherever you're comfortable with. You're going to run with those profits, right? And you're going to do whatever you want to with the rest. You're going to keep it. You're going to use it. You're going to put it wherever you want to. It's kind of up to you.
Hey, Adam, I have an important question for you.
Sure.
Hey, why is your wine glass empty?
Because you were talking forever. So that's all I drank. But that's basically it, right?
Hey, listen, real quick, and I'm not going to talk forever, I promise. But like what Adam just said, and we do need to have a good show about, you know, setting your sell orders, because I do think it's important. Like I said, that's really the whole thing. My 15-minute rant, which is probably more than Adam wanted to hear me talk or anybody does. But like, you know, taking your profit at a certain point is really important. The other thing I think is really important, and I think we should have a show about it too, is buying at the right level. Because I think that too many people buy, you know, and I talk to my friends all the time about this, where I just think that too many people buy at whatever the price is right there, instead of actually setting a buy price that you want to buy at. You know, like I buy a lot of things where I'm going to buy them at. Like, you know, a great example was Stellar Lumens. Like Stellar Lumens right now is, I forget what the total price is. I think right now it's about 40,000 or 4,000 Satoshis, right? And at the time, like, yeah, I bought it at a pretty good time. It was maybe, I believe it was like 15,000 Satoshi or 1,500 Satoshi. But I set my buy order at 700 because that's what I wanted to buy it at. Where, you know, listen, I'm going to wait to buy it at what I want to make the profit that I want. And I set it at 700 Satoshis. And, you know, whatever, it was a dip. It was a big wick, which, you know, it was a big long dip on the wick where I got it at 700 Satoshis. But a lot of people would have bought it at the 1,400 or whatever, which is fine. You still would have made money. But the point of it is the patience of it, right? So if I didn't buy it at 700 Satoshis, I probably wouldn't have bought it, right? So setting a sell order at a certain point is really important because you want to buy things at what you want to buy them. So I bought Stellar Lumens at 700 Satoshis because that was the order in my head that I wanted. And I can tell you there's a ton of them. My friends on here can tell you, like I wanted to buy Substratum, right? I wanted to buy that at a certain point. BitBay, which is what Adam actually owned and made a good profit on it. I wanted to buy that at a certain point. And my buy orders never hit because it never got that low. But you have to be disciplined to just say, okay, well, listen, that's where I want to buy it. It didn't hit. I'm not just going to buy it because I want it. I'm not gonna accept that emotional thing where, hey, listen, I think this coin might go big and I'm just gonna buy it wherever it was. I'm gonna set where I'm comfortable buying it at. And guess what? If it doesn't happen, there's a ton of other coins out there. Like I'll wait. I waited 4 days for that Stellar Lumens trade to go through, and it ended up really paying off for me. But at the same time, my Substratum, you know, buy never went. I never end up getting BitBuy, you know, or BitBay. There was a couple other coins that I set that for that it never went. And that's a real important thing about this market is being patient because it is so volatile. It goes up and down so much. And so many people have that, you know, he said about FUD, which is, you know, the fear, what is it? I forget already.
Yeah.
What is it, guys? The
fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Like I'm
fear, uncertainty, and doubt. You know, there's the other side of it, which you'll hear a lot, which is the FOMO, which is the fear of missing out, right? And you'll hear that a lot too in this market, where it's like things are going up. Like, oh man, I want to buy into this coin, like Tron. You know, like I heard that so much, and I told all my friends, I'm like, guys, don't do it, don't do it. I heard everybody, Pino, Adam, all these guys, like, oh man, I gotta buy Tron. It's so much. And I was like, listen, guys, it's at all-time highs. Don't do it. You know, listen, set your buy orders in something low. And guess what? If those guys would have bought Tron at that price, they would have lost a boatload of money right now. And really buying things at the price that you want to and being patient to do that and being able to cut your losses. Like, hey, listen, you know, it didn't happen. I love Substratum. I think it's a great coin. Like, you know, I don't own any, you know, actually, because my buy order never went in. But the fact is that I really believed in it, but I never got it at the price that I wanted to get it. So I didn't buy it, you know. And being disciplined in this market to be able to do that is super important. And that's how you're going to make even. That's the only reason why the last month that I've made more money than all my friends is because I was super disciplined in the lessons that I learned in the previous, alt market up and down, really, where those guys didn't. They're kind of learning it now. And I know that everybody that I know is not going to make those same mistakes next time just because now they kind of learned those mistakes. So, hopefully you guys will get that from this video. I hope. But that's a real big thing is, set expectations. Don't just buy because you want something, but, look at where the all-time lows are, the all-time highs, and kind of, set those limit orders. And we'll definitely add them. I think that's a great video to do after this one is kind of how to do limit orders and set your buys and sells and things, because that's definitely like how I made so much gains this last month even.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely super important. And something, you got to learn a lesson. I learned it the hard way. Armin learned it the hard way before that. I definitely feel like I'm a little bit more disciplined now. And to start to even be disciplined, you got to fund these other accounts. And that's kind of what we get to now. So I'm going to put it up on the screen.
Probably should have started with this because now we lost probably half the people, but
We lost 75% of our viewers. We had 6, now we have 4. So I'm guessing 10 p.m. 10 p.m. Eastern's a little bit late. You guys can catch it on our YouTube.
One's your wife, one's my wife. Pino's the other one. So
it's got to start somewhere, right? It's organic. But you guys can catch us on the Dumb Dumb Crypto Show. If you're all watching live, please share it with your friends. Mash subscribe, mash like, leave a comment. There's still a beard shaving contest. We still have some Litecoin that we want to send to everybody for the winner of. We're trying to rename the show. The winner of the show rename. We're going to send you some Litecoin.
I still like the show name. I don't think we should change it. Just so you know.
We may keep it. Who knows? But we do want to show you guys how to fund your Binance account from Coinbase. So Armin's going to walk you through it. Hopefully he can see what's on my screen. And then we'll go from there. So let me pull up Coinbase. Armin, can you see that?
Yes, I can.
All right. What does it show on your screen? It shows the regular Bitcoin page, right?
I see Bitcoin under $11,000.
What do you see? Bcash now?
Bcash 1679.
All right. So let's walk through it like you're doing it yourself.
All right. So let's talk real quick, guys. So Coinbase, obviously, most of you that are on this, friends, family, stuff like that, you guys know that you buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. You buy it on Coinbase, right? So here's the thing, right? So the best way, and this is, I don't think it's as much in my opinion. I think it's kind of factual, to be honest with you. But the best way, if you want to buy something other than those 4, like you want to buy ADA, you want to buy Ripple, Stellar Lumens, whatever it is, like you have to go to an exchange, right? And there's 3 main exchanges. Our last video talked about that. There's Bittrex, there's Binance, and there's KuCoin. Binance is probably one of the hottest ones, as long as they're having an open registration at this time. Like that's the one that I probably tell everybody to go to. And, again, at the bottom of this page, there's a couple links that, if you register for either Coinbase, Binance, or Binance or KuCoin, you guys will get something for doing that. You get free money. It's like $10 for Coinbase, and I forget what it is for Binance and KuCoin. But you also support us for making this video because we'd like to get a little support since we're putting our time in here, and we really appreciate it. Although we just like talking about crypto, but if you hit those 3 links in the bottom, it definitely helps us out. But if you do Binance, right, which is really the one that we're going to show you. It's really where there's a lot of different coins on there, right? So you can do that by funding, and a lot of people right now, in a lot of ways that I used to tell people and the way that we used to do it, and you still can do it, is that you're going to fund your Binance account by buying Bitcoin. Just remember, everything at the end of the day revolves around Bitcoin. Bitcoin's like the market. So, you're buying all these other coins with Bitcoin. Right? So a lot of people will send their Bitcoin to Binance in order to buy other coins. And really right now, because it's high fees, dude, right? There's a lot of whole, mumbo jumbo between that with the mempool and, you know, um, scaling Bitcoin and all that. Like it's a bunch of different things as far as why that's high. But the fact is, like, for you to send $100 right now in Bitcoin, it may cost you like $10, right? So the way to get around that, right, and this is probably the biggest tip right now for anybody new, is that if you want to buy altcoins, Ripple, Stellar, ADA, whatever it is, right, instead of buying Bitcoin, which I want you to buy Bitcoin because remember, I told you earlier, Bitcoin is still, to me, my opinion, what to buy. It's going to last the longest. But the best thing right now is buy Bitcoin, hold that, right? Keep that, put it in your own wallet, whatever wallet you want to use. But if you want to buy altcoins, buy Litecoin, right? So Litecoin, which is LTC, it's actually the least expensive item on Coinbase that you can buy. I think right now it's about $220. I'm not 100% sure, but around about 200. What's that?
178.
178, even cheaper. Wow, man, I can't believe it went down so much. 177. So it's actually the least expensive coin. So you can buy Litecoin on Coinbase, and then you could send that to your Binance account, right, and fund it that way, right? So you have to sell it, which we'll show probably, I don't know if we'll show in this video or another video, but by doing that, it's going to be faster, it's going to save you a lot of money in fees and transfer fees, and really it's going to end up accomplishing the same thing. So we're going to go through, and actually, Adam, I think you should go through that whole thing because I sent you the Litecoin. So Adam has Litecoin right now in his Coinbase account. So we're going to send that Litecoin to Binance, right? We're going to show you how to sell that Litecoin, right? And then we're going to show you after that how to use that, because after you sell your Litecoin on Binance, you're actually going to sell it for Bitcoin. And then how to buy, let's buy Substratum in Bitcoin after you sell.
All right, guys. So when you log into Coinbase, obviously this is what you see, right? It takes you right to Bitcoin. What you want to do is you just want to go to your accounts. You can see right here is my Litecoin wallet with $4.99.
That's my $4.99, just so you know.
It's in my account, so we'll call it my $4.99. And here's the Binance page, right? I can go to really anywhere. I can go to the exchange, the basic exchange, and this will show me everything. If I want to search for something specific that I want, in this case, Litecoin, you can just type in LTC, right? What I want to do, I want to deposit Litecoin. So what happens is it gives me an address. This is what everything is based on. It sounds like Armin's doing a drum roll. Is that a drum roll? I think maybe he went outside. So this is the address that it gives you. Everything's based on an address. You're sending to and from places, and those places are an address, all right? So it's really important if you can copy and paste, if you can scan a QR code, however you want to do it, that's the way that you do it, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this address, real easy. This is my Litecoin address on Binance. I want to send from my Litecoin wallet. I'm just going to enter my Litecoin address. It's literally that easy. I got an address. I'm sending an address. I'm going to send my max amount of Litecoin, right? There's a fee of 4 cents to send $4 and basically 95 cents, which is my total. And I'm going to hit.
And just so you know, the reason why we're showing you this way, which is a longer way than sending your Bitcoin, is that if you were sending $5 in Bitcoin, you'd probably have to spend like 60 cents, like whatever. Like it's like 6 or 7 times the fee. So like we're only sending $5, so it's only whatever you said, 4 cents. But if you send like $100 in Bitcoin, it might cost you like $5. So it's way cheaper to do it this way than what most people are going to show you, which is funding it with Bitcoin.
Exactly. And this Litecoin's fast. You'll receive it faster. Remember, a U.S. dollar is a U.S. dollar, regardless of what you're buying. If you're buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, It's really just about how can I avoid the most fees. Right now, if you have $1,000, you can get part of a Bitcoin, or you can get, basically 5.25 Litecoins. Either way, it's the same amount of money. It doesn't matter if you have more Litecoin or less Bitcoin. $1,000 or $100 is $1,000 or $100. So all I'm doing is getting an address to send my stuff to, right? I want to buy Litecoin because the fees are lower. I have my $5 in Litecoin on Coinbase. I go into my Binance account. I search LTC or whatever you want, Substratum, kind of whatever you want to do there, right? Strong hand, whatever it is that you want to buy. I type in LTC for Litecoin. It gives me, I hit deposit. It gives me a deposit address. And again, you're just copying and pasting, right? They don't make it difficult for this. I paste my address in. I hit max, allowing the maximum amount to send, and I continue. It's going to ask me for a verification code. When you have Coinbase, you're already going to have this, right? It's nothing outside of the norm. So I'm going to pull up my verification code and type in whatever that number is, which I'll do here in a second. Verification code, I confirm it. My transaction's on the way. So $4.96 out of $5, because there was a 4-cent fee, right? And that's how Coinbase makes their money, is on fees. There's a 4-cent fee to send to my Litecoin wallet. Okay. Now what I can do, I can go back and let's say I go to the basic exchange if I want to do that, which will show me all the coins here in a second. Actually, this is going to pull up Watson, because that's what I was looking at last. I was looking at doing that. So I got a funds. I don't know if you guys saw that, funds here. Deposits, withdrawals will pull every coin. I can also look at my history.
Just remember, we didn't put the resident idiot on the show today, El Pino, but remember, you always have to send whatever you're sending to the same address wherever you're going, right? So like, I had a question from my buddy, and it was like, oh, listen, I bought Bitcoin and I want to buy Ethereum. Can I just send my Bitcoin to my Ethereum address? And like, just understand, like, if you do that, like, you're gonna lose your money. Like, I don't know, like, there may be a chance you can get it back, but like, always send whatever you have to the same thing. So if you're buying Litecoin, which is what we did on Coinbase, and you're gonna send it to Binance, or you're gonna send it to Bittrex or KuCoin, like, it doesn't matter what you're going to buy. You always have to send it to the same address, like the same coin address. Like, that's really, really important, because, it's like, I don't even know. I don't even have a good analogy of
I do have a good, actually.
Oh, well, they're great, Adam. You're good for dumb analogies. So what's your analogy? But so, you can.
If you went to Mexico, right? Let's say you're at a resort in Mexico, and you want to buy something with $1, they're going to give you change in pesos. When you come back to the United States, those pesos you're not going to be able to do anything with. That's about the best example I can give, all right?
That wasn't that great, but all right. I appreciate you trying.
You're welcome.
But yes, you definitely can. So if you're sending Litecoin to Binance or KuCoin because you want to buy whatever, you want to buy strong in, so like, you have to still send your Litecoin to a Litecoin address. So if you send your Litecoin to a Bitcoin address, or you send your Litecoin to an Ethereum address, you're gonna most likely end up losing your money. So just understand, you have to send it to the same address no matter what. You have to keep like currency.
I think a lot of people are maybe buying right now because usually with Litecoin, it's almost instantaneous. Looks like it's taking a little bit longer tonight. But listen, guys, if you have questions about like how to do any of this stuff, just text us or call us or leave us a comment on our page before you do anything. I mean, at the end of the day, it's better to wait and get something done the right way than to just take a guess and do it, and potentially have something happen that's going to take a long time to undo or correct. again, I set my Litecoin here. I can hit history. I can hit deposits, withdrawals. They're just still not there. But eventually what's going to happen is I got to wrap this up. It's been almost an hour. It's crazy. We could talk for this shit about an hour, and it feels like 2 seconds. But at the end of the day, my Litecoin's going to be here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to sell my Litecoin. Right? I'm going to trade my Litecoin for Bitcoin. And that's it. And I have Bitcoin, and I can buy, whatever I want to buy it with. Here's my Litecoin page. Takes me to Litecoin. I'm going to sell my Litecoin. Whatever the maximum amount I can do is. It'll be, 0.00001 Litecoin or whatever I have. And then I get Bitcoin, and I can go buy whatever I want to. Pick the coin that you like. Substrate on, like Armin talked about. If you want some ADA, Cardano is a platform coin that's great. It's just whatever you're into, man. I mean, that's really what it's about. It's what do I believe in? What do I like? What are people talking about? What's Carter Thomas talking about? What's the Data Dash guy talking about? What's the Dumb Crypto Show talking about this week? They said this. Let me look into it. Let me see if it's something I like. And then let me put some of my bucks into it. Because I believe in it, and I think that I'm gonna make a plan to take out when I double my profits and let the rest ride. And that's really what it's about. Like I'd like to wait for this to go through, but it seems like maybe there's a lot of stuff going on right now. Remember, these markets aren't U.S. markets; these are worldwide markets. So as as our day is ending here, China and Korea, like they're all getting started, and that's where a lot of the money is. So sometimes things will get backed up around this time. Not backed up, but slowed down because they're doing a ton of trading. Their markets are opening now. It's whatever time in the morning it is there, 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock or whatever. So I don't want to, take any more of your guys' time. You see how to send something, and that's the most important. Go on Coinbase. There's your wallet, whatever amount of money that you have in there. You can see my paltry money for my wallets. I'll send to the address that I have for one of the coins that I want, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Bitcoin Cash, right? It has to be one of those 4, and they have to match up. Once you receive it, I can then trade it. Very easy. I'm trading for Bitcoin, all right, because everything's bought in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the mother of dragons there. And I sell it, and that's it. I'm going to sell whatever the maximum amount is. I'm going to buy whatever I want, and it's literally that easy. Again, I wish I could have shown you guys a little bit more, but with the timing and everything, and the markets opening in China, just unfortunately kind of didn't work out. Armin, any last things to add?
No, I think we make long videos.
Yes,
which is what we did not want to do.
It's a lot to talk about. It's a lot of fun to talk about. And, again, I've had a couple people reach out to me on Facebook. Had a couple people reach out to me, excuse me, via text message and phone call. I know somebody that owns a lot of Electroneum. Big cheers to you. We were talking about that the other day. Good for him.
Electroneum, huh? Who owns a lot of Electroneum?
Yeah, I think it's at 17 or 18 cents now, and he got it a lot less than that. So you just never know. You do your research, put your money where you want to, and maybe a couple guys that like to do hour-long videos on crypto. Who knows? But at the end of the day, guys, I'll just go give a quick recap, right? Try to avoid any emotional attachment. Make a plan. Failing to plan is planning to fail, right? Take your profits, take them out, let the rest run, or reinvest them into something else. And at the end of the day, have a lot of fun with it. This is a fun thing, and this is just getting started, right?
Listen, that's a huge thing. Like, if you're listening to this, right, or whatever you are, like, you're a small percentage of the people. Like, I mean, there's still like 2%. Like, I used to say 1%, but maybe now it's 2%. But it's still only like 2% of the population are like know what cryptocurrency is. And then a percentage of that are actually, buying it, understand like Bitcoin, right? Not even everything, like Bitcoin. And then when you're talking altcoins, it's a percentage of that. So like a percentage of those people are actually buying Bitcoin or altcoins. And then, you know, forget about it when you're talking about mining and all that other crap. Like, you know, now you lost like everybody else. Like, this is a small community. Like, it's really not a big thing. Like, you know, this year is going to be probably one of the, it actually not even probably, it's going to be the biggest year in cryptocurrency. It's going to be the biggest year ever. Like, and then who knows what 2019 is going to be, but this is the year to get into it. So yes, again, I keep saying this to everybody I know, like, if you think it's too late, absolutely not. This is the time, right? And if you get in now and you're smart about what you do, you're not totally, you know, idiotic about it, you're going to make really good money, if not amazing money, you know, and it's the time to get in right now. Like, it's it. This is the future. You know, it is 100% the future. We are in the Apple stock of the 70s, the Google stock, whatever you want to compare it to. Like, this is the thing. If you're in it right now, you are in it. Like, you're the smart one. And you're going to be the one that people are going to look at in 10 years and be like, man, I wish I got into that. And you're that person right now if you're into it.
I agree. You know, the 80s had IBM and corporate windfall, which led to, you know, huge, you know, the break in corporate taxes with Reaganomics and trickle down, you know, led to these booming companies and industry. Great time to buy stocks. The 90s with the dot-coms, great time to buy stocks. Even 08, when just the market crashed for us, for people that, you know, my age, you know, in the whatever age I happen to be, but around my age, if you were
old man, in
the late 70s or early 80s, you know, this was our kind of investing time. Where
listen, I can tell you, and I'll give you a little bit more about my opinion. This video has already been
camera's off, right?
No.
No, your camera's off.
Hold on.
I'm just going to wrap it up, and we'll save this for next time.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, you know, the 90s, you had the bubble with the dot-com. You were able to get in. If you got out, you were good. And then we had, you know, 2000, 2008 was up, whatever. But then you had this crash, and a great time to buy back in, right? It sucks people lost their jobs and their houses. But if you didn't and you had some money to invest, it was a great time. And for the past 10 years, there really hasn't been that. The market's been going up, which has been great. But if you haven't been able to get in on that, you know, you've kind of missed. And then this is the time where you can put in a little bit and you can potentially get a lot back. And not only that, but you're in on the very, very ground floor of something that is going to be game-changing for how we conduct business and technology in the future. So we appreciate you joining in. Sorry for the long video. We're really trying to cut back, even though every video seems to be longer and longer. There's just so many things to talk about, and it's really great, and it's really exciting. If you guys are watching this, you're getting excited too. So until next time, he's Armin. I'm Adam. Cheers.